Okay, so welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of examples. And the first one is we want to find the decimal equivalent that this decimal is closest to, so the fraction that this is closest to based on our table, a table of the common fractions, okay, that go from halves, thirds, or halves, fourths, eighths, sixteenths, 32nds, and 64ths. Okay, so again, we're going to use that table. And so the first thing I need to do is I need to scan the table and find what two decimal values does this lie between. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to look at the table. So I'm going to find where this decimal falls between 0.471. Okay, so now if I scan the table, I'm just going down from smallest to greatest, and I just look to see where it falls. So 0.741, 0.741, 0.741. So I find that the smallest value that is above 0.741 is 0.75. Okay, so 0.75 is here. And the largest number that is smaller than 741 is, let's see here, 741. Is 47 is 0.734375. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so now, what are these fractional parts? Okay, those are the two fractions. So now, we're not done, because the question asks us which fraction is it closest to. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the distance, right? We're going to find how close this value is to this one and how close it is to this one. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract from each. Okay, so if we take 0.75 minus 0.741, right? What do we get? We get 0.009. Okay? And now if we do this one over here, okay, we do 0.741 minus 0.734375, so I'm going to put 0, 0, 0 up here, right? Okay, so now I'm going to subtract, and I get 0.007. So right there, I can stop. Okay. In fact, well, I can stop even though it's going to end up being 6. If I want to finish it off, that's fine. But 6, 6, 6, 2, 5 is what will come. But this is smaller than this, right? This is 0.006. 0.006 is smaller than 0.009. And so that means that this is closer to 47/64. Okay, so that would be where I would say it's accurate to. Okay, so now, that's one. Now the other question is what if you're measuring, what if you're trying to measure this with a ruler that only does 16ths? The smallest value it goes to is 16ths, right? So a ruler that the smallest tick mark, so you can measure to the nearest 16th. So that's the precision of the ruler, right? So we'll talk about precision later on, but the smallest tick mark is how precise the measurement is. So a ruler is only precise to the nearest 16th, right? In this case. So let's say that's the situation. So that means we can only measure, so we're only going to be able to use fractions that either have a denominator of either 2, 4, 8, or 16. Okay, so this we can leave. This one we're not going to be able to use because our ruler doesn't measure that precise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the table and look for the number that's the largest number that's less than this, but has a fraction that's a 16th. Okay, so if I look at that, let me see. So, okay, so it would be 11/16, 0.6875. 0.6875. So 0.6875. So I'm going to change this. Oops. Okay. So now, now we have to ask ourselves again, which is it closest to? Okay. So now, and by the way, you could change this to 16ths too. So this is just 12/16, right? So we know that this is between 11 and 12/16. But again, which one is it closer to? Again, we're going to have to subtract. So we got this, but now let's see what happens when we subtract these two. So 0.741 minus 0.6875. Now I'm going to put the 0 up here. And now I'm going to subtract. So in this case here, I get 0, right? 0. Why? Because I'm going to borrow. This is 1, but I'm going to borrow because I'm looking at the next column already. So I'm going to put a 0 here, and then 14 minus 8 is what? 14 minus 8 is 6, but then I'm going to borrow, so this is going to put a 5. And then this is 11 minus 7, which is 4, right? But I'm going to put a 3 because, again, I'm going to be borrowing, and so I get 5. Okay? So now, which one's closer? Well, the distance, if you will, between this number and this number is 0.05, right? 0.0535, right? And this one is 0.009. So notice this number is bigger now than this number. So now this number is closer to 3/4. So this is where I would say my measurement is accurate to. So I would say, hey, this is approximately 3/4. Okay, that's it. Have a great day.